Gin and tonic. Look at this. G&T. I don't know why gin and tonic's got a tank, but there you go. Maybe they got it off eBay or something.
Welcome back, Nutter.
It says a Christmas trim with present hints. One of them have a dollar bill with Washington. Dollar bill with Washington. The other was a teddy bear. People say it was typically Romania. So it was like a clue thing. Oh no, reviews. Welcome back. Squirrel Nutter, welcome back. Baz, seeing this truck try to combo makes me want to have a portable amusement ride to fairground implemented in cargo, as that would be perfect for these colours. That's very specific, Baz. Why am I cheating, Sebastian? What have I done to cheat? Why is there a tank here? You see this guy here? There? You see him? Basically, where's he gone? He bought a tank on eBay, and he's selling it to a bloke in Romania. Not Romania. Yeah, Romania. There he is. See him? He looks dodgy. He's selling it to... yeah. I think he thought it was a model tank. He thought it was like one of those fix-up kits. And he ended up with a full-size tank. So he didn't read the description properly. I used the console to fly up in the air. Yeah. Which is basically the same as pulling up at a depot and saying, where's the pickup point? And they say, go down that bar and turn right. It's the same thing. That's not cheating. You got the tank from FPS Russia. Lol. Oh boy, that turns quick. Wouldn't the price tag be a hint? He thought it was a collector's edition. Jeez, this thing just slides. Look at it. Cheating would be flying the entire truck to the Ukraine. That would be cheating. It's actually tricky to maneuver in, given the entrance. Look at it. This is nuts. I think what we need to do is go more that way. Turn in a lot later. Oh, we're gonna run out of space. Jeez. Right, we'll let Jeff sort that out. Does your shifter also come ungated? So, the way this shifter works, you see it properly, it's basically got 8 gates on it, but they're not switches. The whole thing is like a magnetic system. It actually gets warm when you use it. So it's super, super reliable and accurate. It uses magnetic fields to detect the position of this thing. What you can do is you can take the clamp off and rotate it 90 degrees and use it that way as a shifter. So you can, if you imagine that turn 90 degrees, you can go like forward and backwards with it. So that way, use it as like a upshift, downshift type thing, or you can use it as gated. There are 4 screws on this plate here. So in theory, you could swap out for a different gating, but I don't know if anybody makes a different gating for it. Because like I say, underneath it's just a magnetic system, so there are no actual switches for it to hit. But it's designed for two modes of operation, really. Gated this way and shifting that way. If that makes sense. Oh boy. Yours came with a gate for shifting. Yeah, I think there is a gate in the box, but I can't remember what it looks like, main thrall. Yeah, that's right. It's the up-down plate, isn't it? Yeah. So you'd swap that plate for just the forward-backwards gating, I think. What's the truck called? MAN TGX Euro 6. What's it called? Light 2 edition or something? There's a Light 3 edition which they're going to make later. Apparently.
Happy anniversary, Matter.
Efficient line, that was it. Efficient line 2. Van Blue, 5 months. Thank you, Van Blue. I'm using a Thrustmaster TX leather. Mr. Hara, no worries. Where can you buy the shifter? Amazon? Places like that? It's pretty popular. Durka, almost 3 years, 35, good evening. Hope you're well, my friend. Looking forward to spending the weekend with you in Berlin. Dude, it's going to be hype. So Durka's referring to TwitchCon EU, guys. My tickets are booked. I will be there in Berlin. The weekend of April the 13th, I think it is. If you're going to be there, I shall see you then. I'll be there all weekend. I'm rerouting. I don't know if I need to be honest. There's nothing I can reroute, really. Yeah, TwitchCon EU. Just make sure you know, you get the right TwitchCon. TwitchCon EU in Berlin. Tickets are available now. You live near Berlin. You've got no excuse then? If you're in the UK, overclockers it's only 140 and not 180 like Amazon. Nice. Yes, I'm on Pro Mods. The latest version of Pro Mods works with 1.34 of Eurotruck. Ninja Cat Walkerbeck. Would I consider buying a Tesla? I'd like to own a Tesla, but they're ridiculously expensive. Model 3 isn't too bad. Yeah, but I want a P100D. And they're like best part of 100 grand. I'm just waiting until the other manufacturers catch up properly. Bring the prices down. It's a bit too bleeding edge at the moment. You're waiting for the new Roadster. I take it that's a petrol engine. You're going to leave your car at the Gatwick Airport. At the moment, Durka, it's a toss-up between driving there and leaving my car on the car park, or if the missus might drop me off, but I don't know if she'll want to get up that early, you know? What are you doing, Durka? Are you going to drop... Are you just going to leave your car there? Oh, you don't want the Tesla Roadster, gotcha. I thought you meant like one of the Mazda Roadsters. I don't know. Am I going alone, Chris? What, to TwitchCon? Durka's going. I think I'm on the same flight as Durka. You thinking you might stay the night on Thursday? Oh, you mean like near Gatwick? Mrs. Squirrel did say to me, like, why don't you stay nearby overnight? She did mention that. It depends what the hotel prices are. It'd certainly be a lot more convenient. So, would you still drive your car and leave it there, Durka? Work out cheaper than leaving the car parks all weekend. Oh, you get the train to Gatwick and then stay in a hotel, gotcha. Yeah, that's true. Well, if you find a... I don't know how many hotels are next to it, but if you find any hotels, let me know. Hey, Mrs. Frosty. Just drive to Berlin. I can't be bothered, mate. To drive to Berlin from the UK means basically drive Ferry Drive or drive Channel Tunnel Drive. Like, why would I waste how many hours of my life doing that? Just jump on an EasyJet. Boom. Rescue! Thank you for the stream, especially Sunday Night Trucking. Really got me into Eurotruck. Help with the equipment review and introduction to mods and pro mods. You're welcome, Rescue. Thank you, dude. Yeah, do let me know. Just needs the Thursday night, doesn't it? I mean, if it's only like 40 quid or something, it's probably better doing that, isn't it? 11.5 hours from Chelmsford to Berlin, it's doable. If there's like a Premier Inn or something at Gatwick, which I'm sure there is. hard to predict what they're going to do. Could fly a Cessna to Berlin, but not if you do restricted IFR license. Baz, I wouldn't land at Berlin. Blimey. Premier Inn on Gatwick is in the industrial estate race. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Do they have a shuttle bus to the airport? Why not, Baz? Well, there's a few reasons. Firstly, I don't have any experience of flying across the channel. Secondly, I don't know what German controllers are like to deal with, so I'd need experience of flying in Germany. And thirdly, who knows what's going to happen after Brexit. The Premier Inn closed a couple of years ago when they opened the North Terminal one. Ah, so there's a... Dirk, are we flying out of North Terminal or South? I think it was North. He's just North. Yeah. So, it sounds like there's a Premier Inn near the North Terminal then. Which camera, Presley? Which camera's flickering? Yeah, the other thing, Baz, is if you fly there, like, a few days later, the weather might suddenly change and you can't fly back for a week. It's too risky. Like, getting your PPL is like the first rung on a ladder. You don't just get your PPL and then just go ham and like an airline pilot. Like, international to San Fran in a Cessna. Doesn't work that way. Flying EasyJet DPH, you can fly straight from Gatwick to Berlin. I can't remember what my field of view set to be honest. Why not fly to Berlin? You spent a lot of money learning to fly. Seems like a waste of money if you ain't going to use a plane for practical things. As I said, it doesn't work that way. You need to build up a lot of experience before you can do an international flight across the channel. You don't just get your license. And it's like doing your driving license and then somebody says to you, right, why don't you take your car now and tow a caravan to Switzerland? Well, you just got your license, you may as well make good use of your car. You're like, dude, I don't have the experience for that. I don't have the confidence for that. I need to build up. It's called Hour Building. You need to go out there fly, get loads of experience. And then you have to do some training to fly over the channel, because there's loads of knowledge you need to know. And then you've got flying in German airspace, which is very different to the UK. Sharpie, 4 months. Thank you very much. Bowden's, welcome back. Oh, feeling the weight of this thing now. Do you really, Cav? Do you actually need to pass a separate test to tow a trailer now? I never knew that. Wow. Well, when I got my license, you could drive, you could haul anything you like. Guitar West, thank you for 27 months. In other news, I've fried my motherboard. It won't taste very nice. One of the capacitors has blown the bottom out. Oh dear. I guess you pushed it too hard playing Apex Legends, right? It depends how you season it, I guess. I fried my motherboard. I'm having it with some rice later. Alistair Gunstone, thank you for 21. Let's keep this side. I'm sure I pressed this the other day. You probably did. It's like nobody here. Look at it. It's so empty. Why is it different? Because, Ajax, if you look at each country's airspace, particularly when you go VFR, it's just, they cut things up differently. They sometimes label things differently. It's not quite a standard. IFR is a lot more standardized, but VFR is a lot less. And then you've got the accent to deal with. I mean, yes, the German controllers are supposed to speak the radio telephony dialect, but in practice, there's a thick accent that might come with it, and you can't understand what they're saying properly. It's just more pressure. What's this? Procession of tractors? That's nuts. We are sinking. What are you thinking about?
Welcome back, Leto.
Welcome back, Mr. Causer. You can only download 2. Wait, there's 3 more tractors. Wait, Motley, wasn't it about this time last year that you went to some farming con? I'm sure it was about February. Farm Sim eSports. It's a thing. Are you going to enter that one, Durka? Stacking barrels against the clock. Mad Mick and Mrs. Frosty. Oh, I thought... Yeah, I remember Mad Mick went. I thought it was you as well. Blackmud, thank you for 62. Glad to have you back this Sunday. Thank you. Will ETS2 be an esport? I doubt it. Stacking barrels against the clock. Like, that's the new eSport. Connor, yes, I haven't let go of... Hang on. I haven't let go of the sleigh yet. Those tractors turned up like a UK bus convoy. That's true. Connor, let go of Christmas. $310 days. 310 days. I like it when it's 300. That's good. It won't be a bale stack challenge, Vrome. Vrome, are you entering? Wait, hang on a minute. I reckon Vrome should enter, guys. I reckon Vrome should be the Nuthouse eSports farmer entry. What do you think? Nah, it wasn't Mrs. Frosty. It was last year. I'm sure it was last year. From what do you have to do to enter? Presumably there's just like a qualifier. We could get you like a Nuthouse tractor skin and stuff. You enter it, Vrome, right? And then if they let me, I'll like tune in and stream it. So we can like watch you enter the different rounds. That would be fun. That'd be really fun. Imagine if Vrome won it. Imagine if Vrome won the first ever e-farming, eSports farming. You don't think they've opened applications? When they do, get your application in. It's 250,000 euros for the Farm Sim esport thing. Yeah, I don't know what the winner gets. Maybe they get like their own tractor or something. It's a team with 3 players, so you need to find 2 more. Okay, well there must be plenty of people in the Nut House who are expert balers and stuff. We could easily do it. Easily make a team of 3. Vrome plus 2. You need to get into training, Vrome. You need to pick your team. Get into training. 20 eggs a day and a run down the road. Bailing tryouts, yeah. We don't even know what it will be. Come on, right? It's going to be baling. That collecting bale, harvesting, collect bales, stack bales. It's going to be along those lines. What else can you do? They're not going to say to you like seed this field as quickly as possible, are they? They might even have like a horse riding round as well. Let somebody enter. He'll probably think a rock is a bale baz and stick it on the back of a trailer. He's got a thing for rocks. I've seen him play the hunter. Wait, I've got one. Oh no, it's a rock. Yeah, well, Motley has a thing for pressure washers. You could enter for the straight plough boss. You got it there, yeah? Oh yeah. I'm really fast with the plough. The only problem is, I'm fast because I forget to put the plough down. Pro Drive, welcome back. IJW Racing, welcome back. The glamour and prestige of winning the Farm Sim Championships. Oh yeah. Your name would be known by all the nerds. Ace 098 is called Hemil's Route Advisor mod. That would look amazing on your CV. Imagine the top of Rome's CV. Farm Sim eSports Champion 2019. Mr. Mib 32, Paul. Setup's looking quality, glad you're well, happy trucking. And to you, Mr. Mib. Yeah, no, Vrome, don't let Mr. Libido in your team. Just don't. You don't want that. Don't take away my dreams. Look at this. What a move. And then going uphill, I'm doomed. Oh, no, this is not working out. Oh, you utter scumbag. This guy's trolling me. He keeps slowing down, going downhill. And then going uphill. Puts his foot down. Oh. Mr. Diamiro, I feel bad for you this morning. That race of yours was horrendous. So Mr. Diamiro entered Daytona race this morning. 200 lap race. 200 laps. Qualified in, what, 4th position? I think it was. Qualifies in, I think it was P4 he was in. Race starts, right? Off he goes, round Daytona. Everything's all nice and close. Gets to lap 9. And this guy at the side of him, inexplicably, goes a little bit high and then just oversteers left like that. Comes back down, hits Diamiro. Takes him into the wall. Carnages about 6, 7, 8 cars. Utter wipeout from like P4 backwards. It's just 200 lap race. This guy just lost it. Like, if you didn't know better, you would just say, is this guy a troll or what? Because that's just insane. Thompson Boy, thank you for a year. Tiger Driver, Bullseye. No, it wasn't the Carb Cup. I think it was a Class C, wasn't it, right? No, it was 9 laps in, Boatmans. They were on the 9th lap of the race. Of a 200 lap race. And he wiped the field, more or less. For just, like, and if you watch the replay, this guy, nothing hit him. He just went up a little bit and then just turned in. And then Mr. Diamiro watched the replay and just went, and that's the end of the stream. Probably went away, jumped in the shower and sobbed. Robbie Wood, welcome back. Well, Diamond Tiger, at least if it was lap 200, you'd actually had a race. Lap 9. It's not even worth jumping back on the track. So the next 2-3 hours of your life was planned and now it's not. Daytona 500. I just, like, I wish I could get out of Class D. It's a real stumbling block with iRacing. Like, Class D, to get out of it, most of the races are like really small oval tracks, and so it's very, very hard to stay clean in a race like that. You're riding around with a bunch of people who have just got out of rookie in a track that's like less than a mile wide. I mean, how are you expecting people to get safety rating out of this? You can't stay out of trouble. I believe so. Bronco, yeah. 50 hours of time trial. Well, but Diamiro, seriously, do you not think there's something... The iRacing team have not considered this properly. Like, how do you move from Class D to Class C? How do you even stay out of trouble? Even if you run at the back or from the pit lane, Nikolai, the tracks are so small that by the time, you know, a few laps into the race, people will be all over you again. And there's inevitably a collision, so they go into the pits, come back out, and then they're racing with you again.
Oh, yeah.
It's impossible. Class D to Class C just seems crazy. At least when you get into Class C, there's a whole bunch of races that you can enter that are like reasonable track sizes and stuff. But Class D has a massive problem. This doesn't look safe. I think I'm going to back off. Paul, when is chat nav coming back? I don't know. People get upset when we bring it back. Getting awesome updates. It was on my end, but Paul, I have the game fixed and your city should be fine. Whew. That's good. That is a ridiculous bend. Chat of April the 1st. Lol. I'm still enjoying Skylines. Well, I played it Thursday and all day Saturday, so I'd hope so. I think Skylines is a great game. Every time you play it, you can play on a different map, different challenges, different play style. It's great. This is hauling up here. It's changed down, I think. Check my Discord. I want to use on the biggest cab. When you say the biggest cab, Baldy, do you mean this one? This is a tall cab. Thank you, Baldy. I'll have to download your mod. Creeper 740, welcome back. Where are we driving right now? Let's have a look. Route 1 eastbound from Sibiu. Painted wheels to match. I'm sure we've had those black and white ones before, haven't we? Paulie? The wheels. Are you using the new button layouts? King Awesome, what do you mean? Yes, it is, Diamond Tiger. Captain Flint, if you stayed up till 6 AM, you were probably playing a game. Is this the truck in the 1.34 update? Yes. Yes, it is. I had a horrible feeling that cop car was going to pull out me then. You sent me the wheels as well. Why do I need separate wheels, Paulie? Like, have you got to use the steering wheel and button, or you find yourself still trying to select G27? No, I've actually got used to it now. Yeah, it's pretty, it's mostly natural. A lot of these buttons are natural. A lot of these are natural. Some of them I have to think about because I've not labelled anything. Your point of view, 134, it's not worth it yet, Doverkin. What do you lose when you move to 134, Doverkin? Try Christine, 31 months, 5 more, and time to upgrade my nut. Nice, thank you. Nothing, but you don't get anything new either, Doverkin. You get a new truck. Do you have a busy week this week? It's not quite as bad as last week, but a lot depends on the weather and how much I'll be flying and that kind of thing. Apparently it's going to rain tomorrow, I think, so I may not be flying. Is it me or is it getting misty in the game? You don't want to update your 25 mods? Well, for me, King Awesome, all I had to do was update Pro mods and Jazzy Cat, and everything else was working fine. Oh boy. Tell me that is not Crash for Cash. I only just stopped on time then. they added new buses in tourist bus then. I heard. The same ones from Fernbus, so not you. Yeah. Exactly, Cuzzy. And the question I have is, if they already had them in Fernbus, why didn't they just bring them over at the start anyway? See that a nightmare? Might want to grab fuel. Yeah, I could probably do with some. Fine. So 12 with the bullseye 50 months. Do you think SCS will ever implement dirt into the game? I don't know. They've been asked many times. Will they? Who knows? Oh my god, that's so nice. That is actually coconut. It's like a chewy coconut biscuit. Oh my god, that's so good. Uh-oh, I'm not allowed to turn in here. But nobody's here. Oh, please, Miro. Guys, we've got a sheep in chat. Want you to sub to PewDiePie. Yes, I have, Mrs. Frosty. So they emailed me last week about Truckfest. Asked if I was going. Yeah, apparently PewDiePie's still got some sheep running around. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, Truckfest Peterborough. Hey. Subscribe to Squirrel. Wow, look at the cloud. Why do I feel like it's about to rain? Insane amounts of rain on us. Naval 7 English only, dude. Holy sub bomb, Dana T. I think Dana T just gifted 10 subs. Thank you so much, Dana. If you just got gifted a sub, please remember to thank Dana T. The epic gift. I didn't read anything about a Skybox update, but it definitely looks different to me. Outpost Big Puffin, Timo Tar, Jimmy, Static Red Nerd, Gaming, sorry, Freakaman, Flapping Gums, Yoza1 UK, Piota, you've all got gifted a sub from Dana.